What's going on, guys? Dark Prometheus here, back with some more of our Grand Tactician. A little behind on the day's content, because I did realize I did not have another episode of this, so we have to record it and put it out the same day. No big deal. But we just had that battle at the Western Army at, was this Rolla? We had that one at Cairo, and we've got Kentucky to secede. So at this point, our concentration turns to that of the of Missouri. So some people have asked me why I have howitzers still in the army. Well, the howitzers are good against they're anti-infantry and bombardment. So if you have in fortifications where you're attacking or anything like that, howitzers are going to be your best way to take those down. James rifles are considered, I think, the same class as Napoleon's. So in that aspect, your James rifles are the better of like the middle ground that I have. And then the rifled guns are good for or counter battery fire. Wow, just discombobulated today. For counter battery fire, in which you don't want to use Napoleons or things like that because they don't have that accuracy. So that's the kind of the wrap up. Some of the comments on that. For the Sharps rifles, I do want to check this. If someone said I might have my Sharps rifles with infantry that okay, so what I'm thinking, your accuracy is 10% here. I'm not sure what the debuff is for the Sharps rifles, but the range at 500 yards plus a 10% accuracy buff with that, and that's why I typically put like my Sharps rifles or my fast shooting rifles on one that might have sharpshooter because of that buff. So eventually I want to put Sharps rifles in this entire core. And then I can spread those Sharps out rifles all over the place. But that buff there actually makes them pretty worthwhile in that aspect. So that plus 6 or whatever is pretty nice. Okay. Someone did say also Springfield rifles. With these, let me bring up an army. The difference between the mixed muskets and the Springfield muskets here is the melee. The melee is more effective with Springfield muskets, and then reboard muskets are the upgraded versions of the mixed muskets, which their melee and firepower. I think their melee stays the same, but their firepower. The Springfield rifled muskets are just better firing muskets with the same melee. So that's kind of your difference between mixed muskets and Springfield muskets. And in that aspect, if I was a Union, maybe that makes sense. But with how I'm playing this, it is more of a range advantage that you need to get than anything else. 100%, I see range advantages as more of a what I need to do. Someone also asked me why I'm not raiding. The reason for that is the fact that my credit rating sucks, so recruiting more units is a pain. But don't worry, I think with Forrest we will end up raiding once we get his unit up. I don't have a lot that I can kind of use out here. So there's that as well. Do I have... I do have Walker here. Maybe we can get one for Anderson out of New Mexico. Can't get one in New Mexico territory. So not really naming anything this campaign, because just kind of checking out what's out here when it comes to everything. What's kind of eerie though is there's not getting any like the typically not the background music, but the other stuff like sound volume of stuff. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Typically, you have like rainstorms going around. Oh, there it is. Little light rainstorm. We're getting our supply up here. How many men are in Polk score? 6,500. Yeah, we need to upgrade that. 80. That needs to be increased. It is. That's it too. So we have a battle here. Forest Corps is gonna enter in and back up the South Carolina State Militia. With Beauregard, it will be John Abercrombie in the attack. So let's go to it. Yeah, this one's kind of a chill campaign. See what's new with the stuff. Test out some of the things in the release build, and then like to familiarize ourselves with some of the mechanics, and then we will do. I'd probably say this campaign will be over in the next week or so, and then we'll jump into our Beyond the our Brink on the Brink campaign. Do another one, which was really fun. Okay, cool. Okay, so Daniels. So our hold is back here. Okay. We have a good hold to our right. Good hold to our left. These are Enfields. So I would say here. Here. And let's hold these. There's that, and then let's grab. Parapets has to be left to right here. Actually, I'm thinking about it. I'd rather have Holmes, his formation out. So let's pull him back. Okay. And let's just build this. Is that? There we go. Okay, so our 12-pound Napoleons, we're going to bring up to the front there. Our howitzers, we're going to bring up. Actually, let's bring the howitzers like here. 14-pound James rifles. Bring those here. 12-pound howitzers, let's bring those here. Let's bring the 12-pound howitzers here. Bring these 12-pounders here. So yeah, people had asked me why I'm using 12-pound howitzers. You kind of get the gist of it now. Aha, so they did fix that. Awesome. Or they're kind of broken. Can't tell. Huh. They did change them. So we need to experiment more with this. What? I don't think that's necessarily true. Look at this. Open field. Okay, I think that is necessarily true. Okay. There's that. We need to make a hole here then. Okay, so that's how we're gonna do this. Okay. We have some actual thought process in how the cannons are. Okay. We kind of just wait for the enemy here. Let's see where they're coming down. We're not going to make any adjustments either way. Could have probably built breastworks here like a normal person would have done. I don't know. Okay, here's forest. So now we have cav. We can scout with. Yeah, let's kind of look. We got a little horseshoe going around here. Because the 2 points are behind us. Not seeing anything here. I mean, they could come down this road, which is why I'm set up here. I would think they would come down this road. Kind of set up here. Could be wrong, but we're going to scout with Grisby up through here. They could have also crossed over here. Not seeing anything. Okay. Hmm. They have tried to get around me. Thought they'd be here by now. There they are. There's Doubleday. Go down to 5. Our skirmishers out. Ooh. Huh. Wow, I did not expect that. I'm not sure if I like this change, really. I can't really see where their max range is. I mean, I guess it's more realistic, but it's more micromanagey for sure. And I like to zoom out, show you guys the battle, but I have to constantly micromanage my cannons right now. But also for me, what does this do for the AI? The AI has to run his cannons into me now. I'm not sure if the AI can handle the change. Kind of makes me apprehensive about it. I no longer fear the AI in this manner. Like, look at where their cannons are right now in relative position to the front. That's a clear line. Oh. What? This is a clear line of sight. Okay. Like, what terrain am I having issues firing over? There is none here. Huh. It's strange to say the least. don't know how I feel about it. Already had micro management issues across the board. I'd say it definitely is more realistic though, that's for sure. Can't argue with that. Robertson was wounded. 4-pound howitzers. I get like trees, but I don't know. Don't know how I feel about it. See now, before the update, we would have had a artillery barrage going back and forth. We're incapable of having that right now. So it's just a stalemate of staring at each other. Like, the range of the cannons, from a gameplay value, forced combat to happen, which helped the flow. Right now, I'm in a defend your position, and he is in a let's just sit. And this. That's a lot of text to be in the middle of the screen. Not gonna lie. Like, is there a way to take that out? Like, I already know these controls. There should be a way to do this. Like, I don't need to know. It's not tooltips. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I don't need to know these things. Well, it looks like we have to be more aggressive, unfortunately. So if this continues into tomorrow, I'll just attack him. It's so weird that that is a thing. Was this not a defensive position? I guess it isn't. Technically. Open field combat is going to be a pain, 100%. I couldn't imagine how the Battle of the Wilderness would go. But the infantry's not changed, just fire into the trees. Here's what they should have done. Allowed you to still fire in the trees, but any units in trees takes a damage reduction. So you could still fire, but I don't know. The AI is just going to sit here. I have to attack him. Oh, Gibbon's going to come at me by himself. Okay, never mind. I get the purpose, but yeah, see, they're not going to move up. Which is annoying. They should be attacking me. Okay, fine. A gloss. Looks like you're the sacrifice this battle. Because I like to make it entertaining for you guys, as opposed to just watch us in a standoff. That's too many tooltips there. What are you doing? What's going on here? Stop. Thank you. I guess it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things because we have this so close to being wrapped up. Bro, at least face the right way. Dude, why are you falling back like that? That's so weird. I will say 100% this is distracting me. As someone who just stares at tooltips and sees tooltips all the time, that is so distracting. Why is this a charge? What? Stop. I just want to play. I don't want to micromanage. Yeah, micromanaging stuff is a pain. Because I want to show you more of the battle, and I'm stuck micromanaging units. Like, why is this a thing? You have Smith carbines. Why are you at cold steel? It makes 0 sense. Well, that's armchair commander time. Let's go to speed 5. This is done. This fight is over. Either way. Okay. I feel okay about that. The cannons is just going to be a different way to play it 100%. I got to get used to that now. I know someone said, hey, you shouldn't do your cannons like this and so on and so forth. It's just, it's a quality of life thing rather than anything because, yes, terrain matters in combat 100%. Terrain is probably the most important thing next to what you have at your exposure. But I would say that in a game, functionality of the AI and playability is more important than realism. Perfect example of that is what is it? Escape from Tarkov. You can make the games hyper realistic, but what makes the game as good as it actually is playability. As opposed to realism. Because if the game is borderline unplayable because it's hyper realistic, well, your game is not functional by any means. It's one of the most important things I think for a game. Coming from a player as opposed to development, because you know sometimes it's easier to do development, I guess, in that way. I don't know. Never developed a game, so I just play games. Put Van Dorn and McCullough. I don't think the Western Army will have any issues. Because once this is done, we're going to put Porterfield completely under the Western Army. Or at least this is going to be the one over here, and we'll transfer the rest. 15 is 23. The Cairo Depot should be able to handle this, right? 19,000? Maybe not. Oh, it can't. Makes sense. It's a massive depot. Okay, so from here, go take this. Once we take this, D.H. Hill and Hampton's Legion will be able to join the army. I will say 100% the Union must have the industrialization policy, otherwise it cannot beat you. That bump up in manpower allows them to field units quicker than you can. And I think that's 100% a vital portion. They're just not getting the supplies. Oh, that's kind of weird. Carbines. More Enfields. You attack me again here. Robertson is back. Units with low morale going against George Meade. Alright guys, so this will be the end of the episode here. Thank y'all for joining me. Go ahead and leave a like below, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Later.